Here's a story you will not find anywhere else. It's not online or in the headlines of any Western news network. This story is about America's Wuhan virus crisis, one that the Western media has brushed under the carpet and Western news agencies have conveniently forgotten to file. Full disclosure, we had a very hard time finding details, pictures and videos in order to put this story together for you because there was nothing on the wires, but we had to tell the story because everyone else has chosen not to. Did you know that Florida will run out of oxygen in less than 24 hours? That Texas has already run out of COVID beds? There are no ICU beds left in Alabama. Oregon has a shortage of ICU beds. More than 95% of ICU beds are occupied in Georgia. Beds are also running out in Houston. Did you know all of this? How will you? The news agencies that zoomed into visuals of people sharing a bed in India's hospitals have somehow gone into recess during America's Delta crisis. The news channels that reported live from India's crematoriums have not filed a single report on Florida. The state's crematoriums are overwhelmed. Locals say bodies have been stacked to the ceiling. Why is no one telling you this? Where is the press? What kind of selective reporting is this? Who exactly is the Western media trying to please? As we speak, more than 100,000 people have been hospitalized with COVID in the US. This is the highest in 8 months. There has been a 12% increase in new cases, 23% increase in deaths, 77% of all ICU beds in the US are occupied, and cases are only rising. Let's look at Florida. For most of this week, the state recorded an average of 227 daily COVID deaths, 227. This is 30% higher than January. That's when Florida saw its previous peak. On Thursday, the 26th of August, the state reported 901 COVID deaths, its highest, the highest since the pandemic began. As for cases, between the 13th and 19th of August, Florida recorded 150,000 new cases. The daily average was more than 23,000. A 19.8% increase in new cases. This is according to the Florida Health Department. These numbers are scary. Again, why is no one reporting it? Where are all the international newspapers and news channels and agencies? Some of them did manage to send a reporter all the way to a Kerala hospital to file a story, list lessons for India, also upload pictures. But going underreported is the hospitalization rate in Florida. It is 80 per 100,000 people. And it is 55 per 100,000 in at least 4 American states: Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, and Louisiana. This is according to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and this may be an underestimation. Why do I say that? Because the love for fudging numbers does not end with the presidency of Donald Trump. The Democrats like playing with numbers too. Take former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo. He hid COVID deaths. His administration said that as of last week, a little over 43,000 New Yorkers had died. Turns out the real number is 55,400. There's a difference of 12,000. 12,000 deaths were hidden. Those in high office will try and hide real numbers everywhere in the world because they have vested interests. They have dreams of re-election. But what about the press? How is it that the American media never flagged this underreporting? Look at the CNN's headline. It is instead trying to cover up. CNN says the state of New York has, quote-unquote, adjusted the death toll. Adjusted? American media is more concerned about the death toll outside its borders. In June, the Wall Street Journal said India had undercounted its death toll. The New York Daily said Brazil was undercounting its dead. In July, ABC said Russia too had underreported its death toll, but America has adjusted. Basically, every country is hiding numbers except the United States. Here's something I want to put on record. We are not pointing fingers at the US. We are neither trying to question Washington's response to the pandemic, nor are we trying to highlight the breakdown of US healthcare systems. We understand that this pandemic is unlike any other. Every country has suffered. Every system has struggled. We have seen how unforgiving the Delta variant can be. What we are questioning tonight is the selective reporting by certain pockets of the press. It is this selective reporting that we are questioning. It is this selective reporting that we must put an end to. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.